One cold evening, Diesel found himself off the rails. He had been reckless and had derailed at the points.
Well, Diesel, this is what happens when you act like an ass.
It wasn't my fault. It was those stupid trucks.
Whatever. Boco is coming with the breakdown train in about an hour.
An hour passed. The eerie wind blew through Diesel's grills. Boco finally rolled in with the breakdown train.
I don't really want to hear this one explained.
Just shut up. Nobody likes you, Boco.
Well, let's get you rolling again.
Shush! I've never heard that whistle before.
Neither have I.
Who's there? Good Lord! Who was that?
I don't know. Did you get a glimpse of who it was?
No, but something very fishy is going on here.
Indeed.
The news about the unknown engine soon spread out.
Normally, I'd think Diesel was nipping at Henry's special coal, but Boco seems to have seen it too, and he's always reasonable.
Oh, for God's sake, how many times do I have to say this? I don't use special coal anymore. Haven't for over 62 years.
Henry does have a point. Anyway, who do you think it is?
It's probably just one of us Sodor engines. The wind can have strange effects on an engine's whistle.
But the other engines weren't sure. However, a week went by, and everyone soon forgot about it. That until one evening, Pip and Emma came back from Barrow.
Goodness gracious, some of the engines on this railway have no respect.
What happened?
Some engine raced past us at Ellsbridge. He wheezed us with smoke and whistled loudly.
Who was it?
I don't know. We were too busy coughing to get a glimpse of him or her, and the whistle was one I'd never heard before.
Bear and Boco exchanged looks. So did Gordon and James.
Well, it's best that I get going.
I think that's the unknown engine I saw. Or more like, felt last week.
Pip and Emma weren't the only ones to feel the presence of the unknown engine. The next day, Henry was pulling an express train. The rain poured like paintballs, and Henry was miserable.
Oh, I wish I could stay in the tunnel again.
Let's not go there, okay? Suddenly, there was a shrill whistle, and something rushed by Henry.
What the hell was that?
Another engine, but I didn't see it. When Henry reached Tidmouth, he told Bertie what had happened.
I've seen that engine. Not very well, but I got a glimpse of it.
What did it look like?
I couldn't really see, but it was a boxy green engine.
Scruff!
It could have been, but this engine's whistle did not sound like Scruff's. But I couldn't really tell.
That evening, the rain had stopped. The engines all had a meeting about the stranger.
Well, let me see. What green tank engines are there here? What green tank engines are on this island?
Me!
It obviously wasn't you, Percy. Who else? Duck?
Oliver!
Peter Sam!
This engine was boxy.
Scruff!
It was not Scruff. I know Scruff's whistle, and I assure you this engine did not have it.
There was a long silence. Then Gordon finally broke it.
I propose that we find out who, it is. We must search the island for clues. If we have more sightings, we can follow it.
Good plan.
Is it really that big of a deal?
Thomas, there is a little bugger snooping around and scaring us. We have to find out who it is.
All right, all right.
The next day, the engines looked for clues of the unknown engine. They searched high and low and asked questions everywhere.
What was the name of this green engine on your old line? Do you really think it's him?
Splasher, I think. He was very rough and reckless. In fact, he was such a pain he was turned into a generator.
Well, first of all, his name was Smudger, not Splasher. Second, how could he return from being a generator and be fixed up without us knowing? And third, how can a narrow gauge engine run on the main line?
Oh, good point.
Well, I remember the engine had sort of a greenish tint, but there was too much smoke for me to tell.
Must have been a leprechaun. Very cheeky, those little men. I do believe I saw a green object along the rails high above this building. And it did not look like any engine I've ever seen.
Where's it headed?
I can hardly tell, but it looked like it was headed to Farquhar.
Farquhar?
Later, Thomas finished his evening train and went to the freight shed to rest.
I think I'll stay here for the night. I'm too tired to go back to Timmy's sheds.
Thomas fell asleep as soon as he shut his eyes. About 20 minutes passed of complete silence. Then he was suddenly awoken by a strange whistle and puffing noise. He woke to see a brake gun running out of sight,
Driver, quick, after it!
and Thomas thundered down the line, chasing the train down the Farquhar branch.
Come back! I don't want to harm you! I just want to know who you are!
Thomas then realized he was following the engine down an old track. He had never been down it before. Thomas's boiler bubbled with confusion.
I don't think this line is very safe. I wouldn't go down it if I were you.
The engine didn't respond and rolled on ahead. Thomas stopped for a while. I don't think this line is very safe.
But we must find out who this engine is. I'll go down it just a little further.
So Thomas did. Eventually, he came to a quarry where the line ended.
Little engine, where are you? Come out!
No one replied. Thomas looked over at an old carriage shed.
Aha! Now I found you! Come up, little one. I'm not here to harm you. Come on, don't be afraid.
I am afraid.
My friends and I just want to know who you are.
You have no business here. Now run along.
Please come out. I mean you no harm.
I have not talked to another steam engine in over 30 years.
What are you talking about?
You know enough!
Well, alright then. But everyone knows you've been snooping around and they will not stop to find out who you are.
How about I give you a clue?
Yes, please.
Older than old, except one. 170 years since my time began. Ugly but kind, the little red one called me as I unloaded him from the ship at sea.
No, you can't be.
You know what? Open the doors. The doors were flung wide open, and out from the shed came the biggest shock of all.
I know of you, Thomas the Tank Engine.
Neil!